Let's learn some shit.
Or night then.
Let's learn some shit.
Probably see you tomorrow.
Learning is fun.
Well, I don't know how to do the stupid reverse maneuver.
Did he just make?
I don't even know if I can do it with a joystick.
What stuff should I put on my
It's
Reaver?
probably tough on a joystick.
What stuff should I put
Do
on
you
my
use
Reaver?
this? Hold on, I'll get you that in a sec. Do you use the stick and the WASD or stick only?
Stick plus WASD, or actually arrows.
Okay, well that should be pretty similar. Alright, we'll wait till everybody gets here.
Alright, guys,
What kind of stuff should I put on it?
we're
What I'm
going.
waiting on.
Yeah. The way we're gonna do this is Youngblood is gonna demonstrate, and you will not talk while he's talking. If he wants to answer questions, he'll let you know. If you we're not having everybody talking at once while he's teaching.
Hey Youngblood, are you familiar with the throttle toggle?
Yeah, I actually replaced my my decelerate with that.
You think it's worth replacing that?
Yes.
Sounds good. I didn't know like a good place to put that yet.
What the hell is throttle toggle?
No one knows what we're
It's
talking about.
analog. It's analog throttle, and basically, as soon as you hit it, you come to a stop. Like it decreases it kills your momentum much faster than just holding S.
Okay.
So
Analog throttle. Okay, yeah, give us. Yeah, we should talk about the key bindings. Best.
Thing to do is
yeah,
key
we'll go through
bindings.
that. All right, is everybody over here that wants to be over here?
I'm logging in.
What are we doing? Sorry, I haven't been paying attention.
We're on the VR area. Youngblood's gonna teach us how to fly Reavers better.
Whoa, that is way better.
You like that?
Thank you, Youngblood.
It's just the throttle analog, right?
It's analog throttle. Or yeah, throttle analog. If you actually, and I'll get into this in a sec. I just want to get everybody over here so they can change it if they want to.
Record this. Maybe it'd be good to post
Yep,
later.
I got this.
Yeah, I've got it recording right now.
Well, mine's going up in 1080.
What the hell? There's like bits of stuff like floating around in the sky out there.
Well, maybe I'll steal your video and mash them together so I can show dual perspective of mine and yours.
Okay, that's fine with me.
Fancy pants.
Where are we
Awesome.
going?
We're in VR.
Alright. There is strict comms discipline. Think of Youngblood as the worst crabby English teacher you've ever had, and she does not like it to be interrupted.
She.
Alright, he.
Think of you more as the gym teacher that will punch you in the face, and then it will tell you that if you report it, there's going to be problems.
That sounds more about right.
Alright, is everybody here?
Yeah.
Oh
Some
my
people
goodness,
pull
that's so much
Reavers.
easier.
Random stuff.
Okay. We're gonna start out with just key binding, so I'm assuming everybody knows how to get to key binding, so if you go over to the aircraft, I'll just kind of run through what mine are. The single biggest change that you really should be making is pulling away. You need to rebind E for exit. Right now, if you're flying with mouse and keyboard, you're flying with WASD, and it's way too easy, either if you are hitting W and you accidentally clip the E a little bit, or if you're trying to reach over for the R button to reload, that can be a problem as well. So what I personally have for that is I've got my number pad minus sign for exit vehicle. It's way out of the way, you're never going to hit it, unless I guess you're flying with 8456 for some reason, but that's the number one thing that you should really do. Now after that, the next biggest one is the one that we were talking about, the throttle analog. Now, if you guys weren't paying attention before or weren't in yet, the throttle analog, basically what it does is it automatically kills your momentum. Now it's not an immediate stop, it's not like an e-brake turn or anything like that, but it's a lot faster than just holding down S right now. So what I did was I actually took S and made that analog throttle, because it's going to stop you a lot faster and it's going to make pulling maneuvers much easier. And since I've already rebinded my E key, I had that free, so my exit key, so I then made throttle down E. The problem with the throttle and the analog throttle is when you are trying to land, if you're trying to kill your momentum as well as holding control to drop, the analog throttle is going to keep you hovering above the ground. So you need to make sure that you still got a throttle down available, and that's why I still got it as E, because it's nice and close, because you actually need that key so you can land safely. You can just hold control to drop all the way down, but you know, if depending on how fast you're descending, you're going to hit the ground pretty hard and probably take damage. Everybody with me so far?
Yep.
How about holding down the button versus just tapping it once?
It shouldn't really matter, to be honest with you. I typically hold it down just because I learned to fly with S being the, you know, throttle down before I figured this piece out. And it just seems more fluid to me, but it shouldn't make that big of a difference. It should just kill your momentum as soon as you hit it.
What did you use for exit?
The number pad minus sign.
I use semicolon.
Yeah, basically just way out of the way. Anything that you're not going to hit on accident. So, I mean, it could be anything. Just something that you know you're not going to hit.
We'll understand if you choose to uninstall the game after accidentally exiting while still doing this.
Yeah. Alright, so does that make sense? Do we have any other questions in there?
Just a small preference here. I actually changed my E to that analog thing instead, and now E is for E-brake.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's whatever works for you. The reason I chose S was because, you know, that's what I was familiar with for killing momentum, so it, you know, it just kind of made sense. Now, with analog throttle, one thing that's weird is, in order to actually start moving forward again, sometimes it's a little bit wonky. Sometimes you kind of need to tap W a couple times again to start moving forward. It's also, you'll notice that, you know, when you start flipping around engaging enemies, you need to sometimes hit W again to start moving forward, because you're going to kind of lose that momentum and you're going to almost tumble out of the air like you're in a stall. So just know that that's something you're going to have to get used to. And if you're used to flying with just throttle down versus the analog throttle, it gets really hard at first. You got to kind of get used to it. And it's not, I shouldn't say it's hard, it just feels a lot different than it is with the way it currently is. The two other changes that I would suggest is, if you've got a mouse that's got a couple thumb buttons, I would definitely suggest that you bind pitch up and pitch down to your thumb buttons. Now, you can obviously do it with your mouse currently by pushing up or pushing down, but it's jerky and it's not smooth. So for me, well, let me put it this way. The best way to probably do it would be your forward thumb button would be to pitch up, your down, or your back, I guess your rear thumb button would be to pitch down.
There you go.
Pitch down, the best way to think of it is a nose down turn. Now, for me, I'm so used to having my back mouse button being reload that I kept it the same for my ESF. But so for me, I've got my pushing down on my wheel as my pitch down. You know, just play around with it and find something, but it's good to have some button binded to those, because it's going to make all your maneuvers much smoother and much faster.
For those of us who don't have enough mouse buttons, what I do is I have Q and E set to pitch down and pitch up respectively.
Yeah, that's a great tip. Alright, so, I mean, outside of that, my key bindings are fairly similar.
You had to pick one, which is more important, pitch up or pitch down. I can only have one key.
I personally use pitch up more.
Pitch up is probably more useful in situations, but if you were talking about doing the reverse maneuver, pitch down is more important.
Indeed.
So I guess for the purpose of this lesson, I would bind pitch down.
Wait, what are we doing?
We're doing some flight training on the virtual reality. Okay, so if we want to talk about what vehicle to pull and like how we want to sort these out, probably the easiest setup for right now would be to have a Reaver that, and again, for this, utility and defense aren't going to matter. I would go ahead and pick cover 3. It's going to make you much more stable. The vertical thrust makes all of this a lot easier. So that's what I would suggest. And then, just for the purpose of this, get external afterburner fuel tanks. You know, it's probably the best dogfighting class right now anyways, but for pulling these types of maneuvers, having that extra afterburner is beneficial. So I guess let's go ahead and pull some Reavers, and I'll go demonstrate what we're working on.
I gotta rebound my key.
That's fine.
Finally, I gotta update. So I won't be on for a little bit.
That's fine. Alright, let's go to the southeast portion of the map so we're away from anybody that's over there.
Isn't that where the tower's at? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because people like to troll in here.
Heard
Real
that's
quick.
good for practice.
That, having played on the test server, do you see anything replacing, like, afterburner as the go-to for dogfighting?
Probably not. I mean, coyotes might be pretty helpful. Yeah, it's hard to say. Oh, hold on one sec.
At the initial release of the new weapons, they were really overpowered, especially the Gatling guns, but then when they got nerfed, they're just about in line with the weapons we already have right now, so it's like having a second nose gun almost. And we don't really need that.
It's pretty good at long range. Like it's since it spreads out more, it's easier to hit things.
And I could always run with an air hammer and a rotary.
Yeah, that's actually a really good idea.
That's not bad.
So what do you guys think? Do you guys think it's better to use a joystick, or do you think it's better to use WASD than
Mouse.
Joysticks are broken.
Mouse ahoy.
Flexos isn't.
Mine's better, but you know.
Lucky duck.
I'm doing this with the mouse. I'm gonna try.
For some reason, my pitch up and pitch down keys aren't working on my mouse.
I put Youngblood as leader of Charlie Squad, so he's the star.
Okay. I want you guys. I'm going to be flying right over the tower, so you guys can all see me. What I'm doing in just a second is just a pitch down turn, and you'll notice how you can almost fly backwards without even using the afterburner. It's essentially just rotating 90 degrees, using pitch down, and using the space button, and you'll be able to see how I kind of circle around. And if you pitch down, if you tip your nose down using the yaw a little bit, you'll be able to see how I spin around a little bit more. So let me kill my momentum again.
Alright, I'm not with you. Wait a sec.
You can also look at me, I'm doing it too.
Yeah, Vinyl. I'm just watching you pirouette over there.
What do you...
Here's the big benefit to the pitch down versus the pitch up turn, is that when you're pitching down, you're able to keep your gun on target a little bit better. You can seem to get ahead of the target, you know, so you can lead them while you're in those tight spins. When you're in the pitch up turn, you're basically just following the target, while the pitch down almost gets you ahead of the target.
Are you...
I'm just in a pretty tight turn right now, and part of it has to do with the angle that you're...
Alright, stop 1 second. Where are you?
The southeast corner.
Yeah, he's up high.
It's right
And
here
you're going
in the tower,
backwards.
up
What the
high.
heck?
Put a waypoint down.
Guys, if you land and look up, you can see a lot more.
Oh my god, that's so cool. Like, I love having the pitch buttons. Like,
Platoon leader.
Flex, you see where we're at?
Yeah, you got a big star over you now. I made you platoon leader.
No, okay. I'll put a beacon down.
Alright, so...
So again, we'll spread out and try this in a sec, but basically what we're doing is I want you guys just to practice rolling 90 degrees, using your pitch down key, and using the space bar. And you should be able to spin in a very tight circle.
Whoa.
Yep.
Oh god.
Hover frame makes this
That's
really,
fucking
really
cool.
bad.
Isn't it?
Hit afterburners while you do it.
Yeah, we'll add the afterburners in a sec.
I think that's what I was doing.
Flexa
That's
learns how to
space bar.
fly.
Get up high to do this.
Oh, well, I'm dying.
Yeah, it's better to practice this up high. When you get really good at it, you can almost practice, flying around trees.
Yeah, I was doing that earlier actually. Sort
For
of.
some reason, I always go down when I try it.
Working, that was actually pretty good. I mean, you were able to kind of get that oblong circle, which is helpful. Alright, so I'm going to let you guys just practice that for just a couple more,
So,
seconds.
pitch down,
This is making me dizzy.
just 90 degrees and then pitch down, and then what?
Hold space. And then just spin in a tight circle. It might even be better to pitch and it's probably better to pitch 80 degrees. Kind of control it a little bit better and stay on an even plane.
The less your pitch, the bigger the circle.
Yep.
So for you, space you're saying is up thrust, right?
Yes.
And since you're circling around, with your thrusters down, it's kind of pushing you in a tighter circle.
Alright.
Okay. Now, like Vinyl mentioned, kind of regroup. I'm going to do this right over the waypoint. The next thing we're going to work on is actually adding afterburner to this. And this is kind of the beginning stages of the reverse turn. Because what the afterburner is actually going to do is it's going to kick you out of that tight spin. You see right now this is just a normal pitch down turn, but the second I hit afterburners, you see how I kind of kick out of it and I'm flying backwards? So turning, the thrusters are down, and you hit the afterburners. That's the key with this, is the thrusters actually have to push down. Now, what that entails is if you have pitched down, if you've got analog thrusters, it happens a little bit quicker. If you don't, just use your throttle down. And then as soon as your thrusters point down, that's the key. That's when you can start using the afterburner to kind of spin yourself around a little bit more aggressively. Now, if you hit the afterburners before that, you're not going to be able to kick yourself out of that turn and get that, that rearward momentum.
Alright, go over the procedure again, please.
Sure. So it's going to be the same thing that we were just doing. So rolling about, 80 degrees, pitching down, and then once you notice your thrusters are pointing down, hit the afterburner for a second. Notice how you get kicked back. You'll notice you drift backwards for a second.
Well, you have to be coming to a stop when you're doing this, right?
Yes, you have.
Jesus.
Yeah. Flex, that last one was pretty good.
What? My key bindings are gone.
Yeah, they're different in VR. Oh, no, they shouldn't be different in VR.
Yeah. Wow, look at STL just flipping around like no one cares.
No one does care.
Why does my Reaver keep bouncing off the pad?
It's because you've got analog throttle on. You got to remember. I said you got to use the. That's why I wanted you to rebind throttle down. Otherwise, you can just hold control and you should be able to land it. Analog throttle by itself won't let you just land. It makes you kind of hover there.
One workaround is to just tap throttle up. Then you'll go from constantly throttling down to just a little bit of throttle up, and then use control to...
Okay.
Yeah.
So, when you're flying straight, somebody's on your tail. You want to slow down, pitch, and afterburn.
Right. So, let me try and find a way to demonstrate. I'm gonna go towards the west and come back towards the tower, and I'll kind of simulate like I've got somebody on my tail.
I'll follow you.
I crashed.
Wait, Flex, you crashed?
Yeah.
We'll wait for you to get back.
Apparently, it's possible to be flipped upside down and climb.
Yes.
Yep.
Thank you, Mouse, for stopping.
We're meeting to waypoint.
Yep.
Yep. Everybody get back to the waypoint.
You fly in third person mostly?
Oh yeah.
Unless he's
Unless I'm shooting, I'm in third person.
I actually know people who figure out a way like they always know where they aim, and so they can just shoot third person also.
Okay, guys, don't come to me. Go to the waypoint because Vinyl's gonna simulate somebody chasing me.
I'm working. It's called putting a piece of tape in the middle of your screen.
We're just
That's
taking
what I
a
was thinking
Sharpie
of
and leaving
too.
a dot or something.
Oh fuck, Sharpieing my screen.
Yeah, really. I have a transparency that I use.
I'll just have a little piece of a postage stamp I put there.
All right, Vinyl, you ready?
Yep.
All right, here we come.
Good.
Wait till I get just a hair closer. Were you guys able to see that?
Yep.
Yeah.
How much on average are you
Demoralizing is what that is.
before
That's
you
what it
reverse
is.
out?
There's no way I could duplicate that.
It's
Well,
called making people like me who are horrible flyers feel ashamed of themselves.
Well, how do you...
That's why we're doing this. I'm sorry, Flex, what were you saying?
It's alright.
Here, I mean, let's do this. I mean, maybe we all just go to like form up a line and head towards the tower, and then you can all just try and replicate it as we go.
You should live stream while you're doing this. Easy to everyone to see exactly what you do then.
I'm recording it right now.
And I got this too. I'm being your camera guy. Like SEL.
Sweet. So, if you guys want to just kind of do the same thing I'm doing, what we're doing is we're going to fly towards the tower. When you get to the tower, and that's what we're going to do. Once you're approaching the tower, that's when you're going to simulate somebody shooting you from behind. So you're going to rotate. And on the reverse maneuver, it's actually best to try and rotate about 120 degrees or so. After you rotate, and actually, while I'm rotating, I'm holding pitch down, or for me, the analog throttle. So as you're turning, you're holding analog throttle or throttle down. Then you're going to pitch down, and as soon as you notice your thrusters are pointing down, you hold the afterburner, but continue to pitch down, and it's going to kick you out of that spin a little bit wider. So, here we go.
Alright.
I rebooted my pitch up and pitch down to my mouse scroll, but it's not working.
Flipped it.
That's right, just keep trying it.
Put none of that early.
Wolfen, that was pretty good, just a little too much angle.
Yeah.
I was just about to say, I was like, damn, dude, that was good. And then I realized it was final.
I was taken off from the landing pad.
Yeah, working. That was pretty good. Just I don't think you hit the afterburner soon enough, but yeah.
Oh wait.
What I'm seeing though is a lot of people that are getting some backwards momentum. So while it may not be smooth right now, you're at least kicking your vehicle back, which is important. You can kind of work on the angle and actually getting that in a circle, you know, later on. Now, one of the best ways to just practice this, and it's really simple, is just to practice spinning in a circle and continuously tapping your afterburner. And notice as your circle keeps getting a little bit wider and wider and wider.
Oh god.
But you're doing pitch down, right?
Yep.
Was that you that just clipped me on the wing while going in reverse?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, it's fine. That make for an interesting dual perspective.
Yeah, that will.
So this is one just to practice. You know, when we talk about flying in third person, it's incredibly useful. Okay, who's number 9 Bravo?
That is Nick Danger.
Nick Danger, nice job, man. That was a good one. Yeah, when we talk about flying in third person, it's incredibly useful. Like I said, I'm only in first person if I'm actually going to be shooting somebody. So it's always helpful to kind of just come around like a spire and just see how close you can actually get without hitting anything. You know, utilize your pitch down, utilize pitch up. Just see how close you can get. Just kind of hover around, try and fit through tiny spaces. You'll be surprised how maneuverable you can get in third person without actually even seeing your cockpit. Now, that's nothing we need to really practice right now, just because that's something that you can do on your own time. But that's one of the best ways to actually learn, you know, flying in the third person.
Somebody crash into me in the mountain?
Maybe. Might have been me.
Now, there's a couple more maneuvers we can talk about real quick, you know, that are helpful. One, the I guess, a sister maneuver to the pitch down turn and the reverse maneuver is what I call the pitch up turn. It's kind of what you would expect is a very natural maneuver to follow an enemy. It's almost more the classic dogfighting maneuver. And that's essentially just going to be the same thing. You rotate 90 degrees, you hold pitch up or drag your mouse up, and that's how you're going to tightly follow in a circle. Now, the key to all of these maneuvers is killing your momentum. When your momentum is killed, you're able to use your thrusters to spin around a little bit faster. When you maintain your forward momentum, you've got a much wider circle, and it doesn't yield you real great results. So if you want to try spinning in a tight circle, it's the same deal. Rotate 90 degrees while killing your momentum, and you're pitching up instead of down.
Easy to get too low doing that.
It's all about the how much you're yawing your craft. You know, if you're about 90 degrees, you're going to be fine. If you go about 95, you're going to start losing altitude pretty quick. It's also easier to stay on the same plane if you're using a you know, a mouse button or a key binded to the same thing. Now, if you're only going to master a pitch up or a pitch down, definitely master the pitch down.
This pitch up feels very unnatural.
Yes.
I never use it.
Which is funny because it's probably, you know, on Earth, you know, that's the maneuver. I mean, you can't really do a pitch down too well on any aircraft today, so.
So wait, to get backward momentum, you actually have to point your nose up while you're reverse thrusting or whatever.
Not necessarily.
That's what I'm finding.
You'll
Do
be
you
able
mean
to
using pitch down?
Oh god.
Yeah, I'm mastering pitch down or whatever.
Yeah, pitch down. That one is really good when reverse thrusting.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and show you guys one other maneuver, and this is probably my favorite for, like, if I pass like if an enemy, if I'm flying high and an enemy flies below me, I believe this one's called the Emmelman, but it's basically a forward somersault. Now, with this one, you're flying forward and you need to turn around quickly. Well, this is probably about the quickest way to turn around. Now, the problem is you don't get your guns on target as quickly as you would with a reverse maneuver. So this is good for when an enemy doesn't know you're there. Basically, what you're going to do with this one, and it's very simple, is you're going to kill your momentum like we've been talking about, and you're going to hold pitch down. Now, with this, it's beneficial to kind of roll while you're doing it. And if you guys want to watch over by the tower, I'll kind of demonstrate it for you real quick.
You're too fast, Youngblood. Jeez. Wait, that's final. Where the fuck did he go? Is that him?
You can actually get turned around and facing your target within under 2 seconds. It's hands down the fastest way to turn around. Now again, your guns aren't on target, which is why if you're being engaged, the reverse maneuver is better. But if you have a target that's oblivious to you, almost just kind of pulling like a 45-degree angle somersault is really helpful.
So you go completely inverted, pitch up, and cut momentum at the same time?
You can do that. That's kind of overcomplicating it, though. Basically, what you would do is you're flying... You can do just somersaults. So, like, if you've got forward momentum and you just hold pitch down, you'll notice that you're doing somersaults, right?
And an extra one.
Right. So, I mean, you can spin in circles like that if you want to. Now, the fastest way to do that is when you kill your momentum, kind of turn, like, I don't know, about 45 degrees, and you'll notice that you get through that turn a lot faster. So it's just keeping your aircraft level, just like you're flying across the map, but then you actually just kill your momentum and pitch down. And you'll notice that you kind of turn around and you're on target really quickly. Probably the best way that I practiced this one was I set 2 waypoints. You know, I set a personal waypoint and I had another target, like this tower. And I would fly back and forth between the two, just practicing doing downward somersaults.
I need to see you do it again.
Sure. Just watch over by the tower.
Wait a minute, I'm not in position.
I think I just did it without
Alright.
trying.
Okay.
I'm sorry if this.
Where are you cutting thrust? That
sensitivity.
Did you say why am I or how am I?
Are you cutting?
Yes.
What do you recommend?
All of these maneuvers, you want to cut your thrust.
Yeah, you might want to talk about mouse sensitivity.
That's totally up to preference. I mean, I'll share with you guys what I've currently got. But where I'm at right now is purely just based on my own preference.
And it does, I guess, depend on your mouse DPI as well.
I think because I've got 3 different DPI mouse settings. I typically play on my second one, and with that, I think that's 800 DPI.
Yeah, that's about where I have it.
Now, as far as my mouse sensitivity, I'm at about a 0.32 in the game. And then with my flight vehicle sensitivity, I'm about at a 0.48. Some people probably play with that close to a 1. Other people probably have their DPI set closer to 1600 because they like small movements. I prefer it a little bit slower, just because it allows me to get on target and land more shots. It's more controlled.
Cool.
Yeah, personally, I use 1800 DPI and then the default mouse sensitivity.
I've got my flying sensitivity all the way up.
I don't know how to figure my DPI, so I couldn't tell you.
If you have like a gaming mouse, it'll be on the bottom usually. Like if they have like switches. Like mine goes from 400 to 3600.
I have my Razer mouse, and it's 2 buttons right here next to the mouse wheel that change it.
Yep.
I've got a Logitech G300. It's a pretty decent mouse for me, to be honest. It's a game mouse.
So, I don't know, I mean, are there more questions you guys had? I mean, it's hard just to think of random topics off the top of my head.
Ground attack techniques.
More about maneuverability.
How to hover upside down.
Well, hovering upside down is just a trick. I mean, it doesn't really do you much
Not,
good.
not practically useful, but what you do is you move yourself to be upside down, and then you press Control.
The most skeleton entered
The way the thrusters work is that the what's normally your upward thruster is actually just pointing down relative to your aircraft. So if you flip upside down and you press spacebar, you'll launch yourself down really fast. And then conversely, when you land and you press Control, you go upside down and it'll push you up.
Yep.
There don't appear to be any thrusters on the top of your ship, but they're there.
Yeah.
Magic.
Nanites.
As far as nanites. As far as ground attack techniques, I mean, there's just a couple notes, I guess, that everybody should just take note of. If you're attacking a tank of any sort, the rear is always the best place to hit. Just like you're shooting rocket launchers. So if you can get behind a Mag Rider or a Prowler, Lightning, doesn't matter. The rear is the weakest point. So if you're using rocket pods, if you land every shot in the rear of a tank with your rocket pods, you'll pretty much end up with the kill. Outside.
I find the yaw is useful to get on target.
Yep.
Which doesn't come into play in dogfighting much.
No, it doesn't. And that's going to be kind of the key when you're coming in on a target. The yaw is what's going to land your land your accuracy into the right.
Okay, if we're good to move on to dogfighting, if someone engages you, you do the reverse maneuver. Now you're both facing each other. What do? Does it just become a contest of who can aim better?
The best thing to do, and the thing you need to be prepared for, is to continue circling your target while you're shooting. So you want to kind of just tap your thrusters while you're aiming. So, Vinyl, where are you at? Why don't you come over to the? Why don't you come back over to the tower, roughly?
All right.
We'll kind of simulate a circling dogfight. Why don't you follow the tower?
All right, one more second. Let me swap aircraft. I was using rocket pods.
Cool. Yeah, if you guys want to watch over by the tower here in a sec, Vinyl and I are going to kind of demonstrate what a good dogfight will look like. Just because if you're fighting a good pilot, he's going to pull the same maneuvers that you're going to see us using.
You want to go head to head, or you want to start with one of us behind each other?
Why don't you start behind me? I'll circle on you, and then we'll spin.
All right.
It's like a ballet in the sky.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I like to equate it to breakdancing.
Much more manly.
All right, I'm behind you.
All right.
If you're fighting the VS, it's a ballet.
All right, I'm about to turn. You notice how neither one of us is chasing each other? We're trying to keep our guns on target. I lost you on all the Reavers.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That's fine, but that's the general idea, is you want to make sure that you're continuing to spin while keeping your gun on the target.
Basically, it's a step up from just being a hovering turret and fighting like people used to do in beta.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, the key is you don't want to just hold your afterburner the entire time, and this is why the fuel tanks are so beneficial when you're in dogfights, because you're able to kind of burst your afterburner a lot more than if you've, just either waste it and burn the whole way through it, in which case you're kind of effed because you can't really circle without that unless you just continue to pitch down, in which case they're going to fly circles around you. So tapping your afterburner is way more beneficial.
Just tap it in. Just tap it in.
Tappa, tappa, tappa.
More or less. Now, the reverse maneuver is not only just beneficial for engaging, in dogfights. Using the reverse maneuver when you're attacking ground targets lets you get more shots on quicker. So, if you guys want to come over to where we've got this friendly Reaver on the ground, don't blow it up because I'm going to use it for demonstration purposes.
Come on.
I just moved the platoon waypoint to it. Now, I'm going to show you what a newer pilot would typically do in order to keep getting fire on the target, so the first example is going to be a bad example. Yes, I'm intentionally missing. See how I'm kind of all over the place? I keep attacking them from different angles. It's hard to get back on target. Here's where the reverse maneuver comes back into play again.
Ah.
Turned around a lot quicker and I'm ready again. Let me show that again. Started my fire, rotate, kill momentum, hit the afterburner, and I'm right over him. Doing my damage, need to move around, pitch down, afterburn, I'm still on top of him. So it's really not just limited to dogfighting, it's hands down simply the most useful maneuver out there, and it's the hands down the thing that separates pilots of high skill and low skill.
Head seal.
Question, what happens when they nerf the shit out of this maneuver?
It hasn't been confirmed they're doing it yet, so I'm hoping they don't.
I think you're gonna just have to cert into it, be my guess.
I was hoping the cert tree for afterburner tanks would be an upgrade.
Yeah, I think it could use some, I guess.
It is.
I think
The best air-to-air option.
I'll never get rid of my air-to-air missile.
I just find afterburner so much more useful, but especially since the buffs to the nose guns.
Alright, boys. That was very good, thank you. I think we can call that a night.
Sure thing.
Have to get Coolidge to teach us how to play Infiltrator now.
Yeah.
Wow.
So how much do I owe you?
Lots.
One.
A subscription.
300 quatlus.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm already subscribed, so how does that work?
Tell your friends and we'll call it even.
You have to recruit 3 new members for PXP.
Promote his YouTube channel.
And give all the, give Youngblood all the referrals so he gets cool camos.
On your next
Word.
video.
I'm having fun just ramming people.
Rusty's are trying to ram you.
You can try.
How much vortex bullets does it take to take out a galaxy?
A lot.
Many.
About 5-6 magazines.
That's coming useful.
That's where air-to-air missiles come in useful.
I guess the last thing I can tell you guys is if you're really in a pinch as far as somebody attacking you, use things like biolabs, trees, towers. Get good at flying obstacle courses, and this is a great place to practice it, because if you can practice getting through tight spaces without the enemy being able to, you're much more likely to be able to get them to crash and get them off your tail.
So fly like I fly my Galaxy.
Yes.
Like a fucking maniac.
Yes.
Like through
Getting us
trees
killed.
in like the biggest
There have been
thing
a couple
in the game.
times I've used the vehicle bay of a biolab to hide.
Yeah.
Hide
Well,
in a
I've used a tech plant. I can't do it in a Reaver, it's too big, but I've done it in a Mossy and a scythe before where I use the vehicle bay of the tech plant and just fly through.
Oh, that would be the easiest one. I haven't done that.
It's a pain in the nuts.
The vehicle bay of amp stations too. It took a while to get out, but denying the points, worth it.
Time to grab my sky whale.
Alright, do we want to go get some real fighting going?
Nope, I'm gonna be out for the night. Thanks, guys.
Saying about when doing the reverse maneuver, I think I've seen
Have a good night,
pilots do
Flexo.
this a few times. They'll kill their momentum and turn around on you when they have cover like the tower or something.
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah.
Vinyl, you mind taking platoon? I just feel like turning my brain off.
I'm actually about to go to bed here in a second. I got work in the morning.
Oh, okay.
I was sick of the class.
Omega, you want it?
Yeah.
Alright.
What time is it Eastern?
I'm
It
still
is
gonna be playing.
midnight
I just
Eastern.
Midnight.
Sounds good. Some
Alright, guys.
3 hours.
It's a good outfit night. Thanks for coming.
So what continent we want to go to?
Indar.
Indoor, there's a fight.
STL, do you need footage of you guys fighting, or you good?
I mean, it's probably. I mean, if it's easy for you to send some of that to me, I mean, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Well. Oh. Hang on. Okay. Well, I can stay up probably for another half hour before I really need to go to bed.
Oh, I mean, I don't need footage of us like fighting on indoor. I just meant of what we just did.
Yeah, I can do that. That's easy.
Okay, yeah, that'd be sweet. I'll probably chop out a couple, a couple clips, especially like when I was demonstrating it from a third person.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I'll kind of give you a little shout out on the video too, just to make sure we can get some views on your channel as well.
Yeah, my measly channel with 10 subscribers.
Well,
Oh, you have a channel?
We'll get you some.
What's it called?
That's fine. The Real Airdo.
The Real Airdo. I'll
Yeah,
subscribe.
one word. Thanks. It's not a big deal. I really don't care.
Do you post stuff?
I post tons of stuff, but be warned, I don't cut or edit any of my stuff, so it's basically one long video. So I have 4-hour recordings of outfit nights.
Oh my.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
I should start making Galaxy videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
Should.
my Vandu character, our outfit Goater, we have a YouTube video up that's like, I don't know, probably 6 hours long. It's called An Average Day with Goater.
You ought to subscribe to my channel. It has bug report videos on it.
Nice.
Yeah, that's like all it is. That's what you said. And I was like, I don't know about that.
And I also have one clip of me playing Infiltrator.
Working, are you Meatball Mobius?
No.
Is he? He's in Goater though, right?
You probably show. I probably show up as Matthew.
There's a
Oh
guy
wait,
that
you're
has...
in Goater too?
No,
oh, wait,
I'm not. I'm
in
not.
Goater, I'm Check It Son.
Do what?
I'm Check It Son in Goater.
Yeah, there's some guy named Meatball Mobius that puts up. Maybe that's his YouTube name. I don't know what his in-game name is. I just featured one of his videos.
Hey, I'm in charge of Alpha Squad. How did that happen?
You may just want to give it to Omega, and you can kind of consolidate from there. I'm gonna grab a beer. I'll be right back.
So,
Yep, I'm logging off. See y'all later.
we pulling.
See you. Good class.
Thanks for helping, man.
Rough.
Bro, man.
KSP. Hell yeah.
What are we pulling and where are we going? Oh, I see where we're going. What are we pulling?
I got a free max.
There's
Defensive,
lots of
we're
armor
losing
and
it.
a bit of air at Galaxy Solar Plant.
We're getting the shit kicked out of us here.
I say you test out your newfound piloting skills, everyone.
Oh my, well I have none of the same stuff on this as I did on the piloting thing, so this is gonna be fun.
Lots of tanks at the waypoint. TR.
Hey, Airdo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're great at KSP.
Yeah. Thanks.
What? Wait, he has KSP videos on there?
Yeah, I do. A couple.
Okay, I'm gonna have to
kinda,
go
it's
watch
like
this.
KSP crashes.
Yeah, I'm
While we
shit
are
at
promoting
KSP.
YouTube channels, I have a channel with Dota 2 mods on it.
Yeah.
Dota 2
Do I have anything on my
Nope.
channel?
videos.
We're gonna take a Reaver platoon.
What's KSP, whatever you said?
Kerbal Space Program.
I'm pulling a
Oh, I
Galaxy.
love that game. I recently, I tried to fly around the
Too
world in
many
a jet.
Mozzies. Get young.
Sir, you now have another subscriber.
Thank you. And right now,
bitches, get in.
right now I'm in a lull of videos because my ISP at home has decided to throttle my up. So, uploading these videos.
What is your upload now?
My upload is typically at 1 megabyte per second, but
Everybody in, boys.
Megabyte, not megabit, right?
What are we doing?
We're in a galaxy.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'll put on a medic.
yeah, but they've cut it in half pretty much.
We need an NG. Someone be an NG. Oh, you got NGs. Okay. We need an NG in this galaxy.
Jeez.
Oh, I'm already an NG. I can do that.
It's not pretty here.
Youngblood, I'll expedite this video out since I haven't done any real editing. But yeah, I'll get this out for you.
Okay. Appreciate it, man.
Yep. Night, guys.
See you, man.
Night.
Later.
Night.
Alpha.